there were 15 vials of the blood of raped women who we had given our own blood through a physician in town, and it was poured across the entryway. And just the impact of that statement clarified within the media that we are opposed to the objectification of our bodies to sell products. It leads this society into looking at us as objects, not human, which enables incredible acts of violence to be done to us.
I mean, the issues around the whole idea of a beauty standard are so complicated that there's no way we can go into them in this space. There's the racism, making women look like children, which is a whole part of the beauty standard. The relationship of those dressed-up little girls being brought to the pageant and the kids in child porn films. You know, there is an endless network of connections between beauty, powerlessness, child abuse, racism, colonialism. The idea of being beautiful is woven into the whole society at some very basic level. And I think one of the reasons that the hostility was so deep when we challenged it was because people knew we were challenging something real basic to the structure of power.
The three men who will go to court tomorrow jumped on stage just as the pageant ended. We talked this morning with Snyder about the protest.
I personally call on all men to reject the myth that women's bodies are unconditionally available to men, and the pageant encourages us to think that way, and we can discard those myths that create the mindset behind rape. And I think we have to confront our own beliefs and confront the institutions that support them.
Because I want people to wake up. It's time that we make some changes in the society. Rape is a violent thing that's happening to too many women.
That same year we were protesting the racism, I wore an outfit made out of all white meat. I bleached my hair blonde to illustrate how beauty pageants reward whiteness. Then I actually shaved off all that bleached blonde hair.
It's time we started respecting women for who they are, not the way that they look.
One thing about beauty is that we tend to think of it as innate. I mean, you're either beautiful or you're not. You are or you aren't born that way. Well, if this is the case, then what is the possible point of a beauty contest? If beauty is an innate characteristic, where's the competition? In fact, it is something you do rather than something you are. And of course, there can be a contest to see who's best at doing beauty. Beauty is a political idea. What we perceive as loveliness defines our loyalties. And if we are to challenge the institutions of wealth and poverty, and if we are to confront and overcome the institutions of racism inside and outside of us, and if we are to end forever the use of women as slave labor and as livestock, then we are going to have to change radically what we ourselves think about beauty, what our whole world thinks about beauty, not just what happens in that building once a year.